All right, chapter 6 review. Number 1. Did you guys get on that one? C. Yeah, reference line. Number 2. D. Yeah. 3. C. Yeah. Number 4. A. I'm going to show you number 4 up here on the board too. This is important to understand. You guys didn't catch this. So we have arrows, right? And these arrows are pointing at different directions. So the first thing we're going to look at, though, is going to be arrow side versus other side, and how we're going to work this joint. So we know, let's look at this work backwards. D. So we had a single bevel joint, which is what we have here. We have the left side's just squared off. It hasn't been worked. Our right side's been beveled. Right? And it's beveled from the top. Over here, we have the other side up on top. So it's saying, here's your arrow. It's saying that it would need to be worked from the other side. Right? So it'd be worked from the bottom side. Right? So in this case right here, the other thing is that our arrow is pointing to the side of the joint that's being worked. So we have one side here that's not going to be worked because it's just flat cut. This side over here has been beveled. So if we look at this joint, the way this is configured, we would have the worked side, it's going to be on this right side. And so we'd have it beveled like this. So that's what that would look like. So it'd be upside down from what we have. We look at the other side. We're on here. We have our arrow pointing to the side that's going to be worked. So it's going to be over here. That weld symbol would look like that. Yeah, exactly. Now we look at B. Now on B, we're on the arrow side, where the symbol is, which means we're going to work it from the top because this is the side the arrow's on. Right? But our arrow's pointing to this piece being worked. So in this case, this joint would look like that. Then we get to A. We're on the arrow side, so we're going to be working it from the top. Arrow's pointing to this side being worked. It's going to look like that. That's what we're seeing here, right? Here's the answer. In the text in this book, it's really hard to read through there and understand what they're talking about where the arrow is pointing on which part of the material on this joint. That's kind of how we're going to do a few more of these as we go through here. The important part would be that last part where the arrow is. All right, let's go to number 5. What'd you guys get on 5? B. Number 6. I've got A. Yep. So a flare bevel groove would just be one side of it would be flared, right? When they're just talking about a flare bevel, that just means one side's flared. When they talk about the flare V groove, they're saying that both sides are flared. Yeah, just terminology issue. Yeah, that on number 6 is A. Number 7. You guys get on that one? D. I got E on that one. Root opening. Yep. So on that V groove, if that dimension is inside the symbol, it's going to be talking about the root opening. Number 8, C. Yeah. So that 3/4 of an inch, it's not in parentheses, right? So it's going to be depth of preparation. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about on there for a minute. Show you up on the board. So let's say we had two pieces of material here that we're going to weld together. Let's say this material is 1 inch thick. We want to weld these together, but we're not just going to put a weld right up here on top and jam them together and weld it like that. We need more strength. So we need to decide, do we need to weld this thing 100% complete penetration, or do we just need a little more strength than throwing a bead, jamming them up, throwing a bead on it? So let's say we just take and come down. We take and cut this off. So we ground down. This material is 1 inch. So we ground down 1/2 inch bevel on there. That's our depth of preparation. Right, so we have 1 inch thick material. We've ground down 1/2 inch. So on our weld symbol, we would have, I'm not going to do an arrow. Go our V groove, and over here to the left, we have 1/2 inch. Right. Now, if we don't do anything with that 1/2 inch, or if we don't specify how much weld to put in there, that means we're going to put a stringer down in here, and we're just going to cap it off. Weld it out 100%. Right? Whatever it's showing us. But let's say that we put 3/8 of an inch in parentheses. That's now our weld size. So our depth of preparation is going to be 1/2 inch. We ground down. Right? Our weld size is 3/8. So in this case, take the stringer in here. Now our weld is 3/8. Yeah, it'd be just under flush. It'd be 1/8 of an inch under flush in this case. Make sense? Yeah. Yeah, if we got rid of the parentheses on this, then we'd be capping that thing off. Another way, so we talk about land too, right? And we don't have a symbol to show how much land we're going to leave on it. You know, sometimes we'll leave a little 3/8 of an inch land on there, not 3/8, but like 1/8 of an inch land on there. So the way we do that was with our friend, with the weld symbol. We're back to being 1 inch. Weld symbol here. Let's say we want to leave a 1/4 inch land on that. 1/4 inch land, we're going to take and put 3/4 of an inch. Right, so we have 3/4 of an inch preparation for a V groove in this case. 1-inch material, 3/4 inch preparation. That's going to leave us a 1/4 inch right here, right? Quarter inch land. And because we don't have anything in parentheses, blow this thing out. All right, let's go to, number 9. All right, what'd you guys get on 9? A. So you can see right here is we have a bevel on the top, bevel on the bottom. So in this case, we have a double bevel. When you read that, it's easy to kind of get confused with that too. You can think double bevel as a V groove, right? Yeah, you could say, okay, both plates are beveled. But if we got a V groove like that, that's gonna, or if we got 2 bevels, one on each side of the same side, we're gonna be a V groove. In this case right here, it's going to look like, just move over here for a minute. All right, so number 9. We have, tell us any thickness material we got. Sure it does. So again, we got 1-inch plate. One-inch plate. The symbol is telling us that we have a depth of preparation of 5/16 of an inch on both sides. And only one side's going to be beveled. One piece is going to be beveled. So we're going to come down 5/16 of an inch. Come from the other side 5/16 of an inch. Going to bevel those. So that joint's going to look like that. But in the weld size, it tells us 1/2 inch. Well, we only have 5/16 of preparation here, right? Obviously, this isn't to scale. So we have 5/16 of preparation on top and bottom. That's telling us that we got to weld a 1/2 inch on both sides. So we're just going to have to burn down in here hot enough that we get a good solid stringer in here. And we're able to fill this thing up. Same way over here. So we're going to have to burn that stringer in there like that. And get full penetration. So we have 1-inch thick material, and it's telling us that on both sides we need a 1/2 inch of weld. So we know that that's going to have to be 100% penetration. Right? So in this case, we've got on number 9A, full penetration double bevel groove weld.